Good morning. Out here this morning for a training walk with Charlie, and what you're going to get to see is if you've got a hard pulling dog, a lot of cars going by. If you've got a hard pulling dog, it's difficult when you're walking them. This will give you some pointers that I think will help you in very, very short order. So watch, come along with us and take a look as Charlie goes for a walk. This has been a hard charging, pulling, nose to the ground, lunging dog that lunges at geese and other dogs and everything else up till now. Take a look at how she's doing now. Take a look at how we're doing it, and maybe it'll help you with some issues with your dog if you've got a dog that's a hard puller when you walk them. Let's go walk. This is Charlie. Remember, the hard charging, nose to the ground, pulling, lunging dog of a couple of weeks ago. This is with the nose bridle on, or the loop bridle. That's just the leash looped around her nose. She can breathe normally. She can open her mouth. She can pant. She's comfortable. She's attentive, but that nose is up off the ground. That nose will be up in the wind. She's smelling the wind. She's walking. She's attentive, and she stays right with me. Charlie, here. The idea when you're walking your dog and working with them on that pulling and lunging is to get them to where they are walking either right beside your leg or just slightly to the rear of your leg, and never have them pull out ahead of you. So this is what this accomplishes initially, and I'll show you just a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and walk her like this for a minute, and then I'll show you how she's walking with a high leash around her neck without the bridle. So let's walk a little bit, Charlie. Just beautiful. She's gone from what has been a chore to walk, even with standard corrections and things when I'm trying to walk the other dogs, to taking her out and systematically just working with her to get her to habitually walk just like you see right now. And what I've got right here, if she pulls just a little bit ahead, all it takes is just a flick of my wrist. It doesn't hurt her, but the instinctive effect it has. We're gonna walk by some geese over here now. You can see she keys up on those geese, but she knows what she can and can't do, and she's not pulling ahead. If she gets up, if she pulls just a little bit, just a flick of the wrist is all it takes. We've only been working on this for a few days, couple times, for a couple of weeks, but right now I'm letting her look, but she's staying right here with me. She's not pulling on the leash trying to get to the geese. Big deal. Good girl. Let's go. Come on. Here. I use the word here. If she pulls a little bit, she gets excited when she sees animals, and so that's part of this work right here, is to get this. If she tries to get it off every once in a while, scrape it off, I just give her a little correction, and she goes back to walking. She's doing great. This is the way she walks with the bridle in general. She's very comfortable. If I want her to adjust back a little bit, I just flick my wrist a couple times, and she just falls in right where she's supposed to be. My left arm is relaxed. And when you're doing this, I'm talking to the camera right now. When you're doing this, don't spend a bunch of time talking to the dog. That distracts them from what they're doing. Just relax. If the human can relax, the dog will relax, and they'll get it. Just like she is right now. This is a great dog. I haven't had, over the last year we've had her, done a lot of training with her, but haven't taken the time to just get out and just work like this to get her walking the best it can be. We're doing that now though. Now, just right now, just something a little bit more challenging on this drawn down leg. I'm taking her down this hill with this bridle on, but watch how she handles it. She still knows where her place has to be, and when she feels just the slightest little tug, she corrects, stays right in with me, stays right there as we go down. This is not where you want a dog pulling and lunging and trying to get away from you right here. Let's go, Charlie. Up we go. Come on. Here. Again, going uphill, she stays right where she's supposed to be, right here with me. She's paying attention. And all this is a loop that I give this is the stop on the leash right here. So I've got that right here. I give enough room on the leash to bring this up and make it a figure 8. It goes around her nose and you can see her mouth open. Everything's normal. She can get a drink, she can eat anything. It's just that tug, she feels that and it corrects all of that bad behavior. Now, what we're doing now, I've taken the bridle off her nose, put the slip leash down, brought the stop down here. This is not tight, but it's up high. When you're training your dog and you're trying to get them to stop pulling, you don't want this leash down here around their shoulders as they're moving with you, because that increases their impulse to drag and to pull. Same effect that a harness has a lot of times. Harnesses are almost never a good training tool for the average dog owner. They can be used by professional trainers with a separate bridle, but it's best to use a slip leash, a soft slip leash, and to use that leash right up here, not down around their shoulders, which will cause them to pull and pull hard. So we want this up here, again, not too tight, but up high. And we're going to walk now without the bridle on to just see the improvement in general. Okay, good girl, let's go. Again, now here, my leash is here, and since I'm still using corrective measures, the goal is to get to where I can just hang my hand down like this and relax it and never do anything other than to guide her. But right now she still requires a little correction. So I'll be using this right here, trying to keep her head right here, because pulling back, again, we keep it up high like this because pulling back on it causes them to pull. What you want, if you have to correct, is to pull up. That's not a natural feeling to them, and it causes them to slow down and think a little bit rather than pull, which is what's natural to do when they feel it coming from here. So let's take it now. It's a good girl. Let's go. I like to get over in the grass sometimes. They like walking in the grass. It's good on their feet. She's keyed on something over here, but she's staying put. I don't normally look at the ground when I'm walking the dog, but I'm trying to keep the camera on her so you can see her. She's staying right on my leg, just like she has with the bridle on, because it's becoming a habit. she hadn't completely got it yet, but her nose is up. She's not dragging, she's not pulling towards the ground and trying to track, and the correction is up, light, and here she is. Isn't that great? And 2 weeks ago, this was just a constant pull. That is now a pleasantly and obediently walking dog. Keeping her tight to my leg so I can give her upward correction when she needs it, which is just, it's just very little now. It's consistent, but it's very little, and it's light, and she responds very well. She's not uncomfortable at all, and she's having a good time. Her nose is in the air instead of on the ground. She's smelling everything around her. We've walked a little ways. Look at her. That nose just stays up. She's just having the best time. And for those of you that know the dog, get a little bit warm and they get hot and thirsty, she'll have a nice drink here in just a minute. That head staying up off the ground is a big deal. And it's becoming habitual now. She's getting it. Great dog. Just to illustrate the results in really dramatic fashion, you can see the leash, how I'm holding the leash in my hand. Look what she's done. Just about perfect. A good girl. Charlie, sit. Good girl. Good girl. Very good. Let's go. You're a good, good girl. You're a good, good girl. You've been being good, good girl. You are. And one final move to the truck with the bridle on a little bit more, just for practice. This has been glorious. Kind of walking on the side of a hill, she stays right in place. No discomfort. Truck's right there. Dog's right here. She's done a great job. Hopefully that'll help some of you. Taking your pulling dog, making a few adjustments, doing a little training, and getting these results.